by Mohammed Wilkerson.
Leave it out! Let's turn up the night, y'all!
What's going on, everybody? It is time for another head-to-head with your boy Josh over at All G's React. And I got
Bruce Lively from Team Box Cutter. Cheers, everybody.
Y'all know what time it is, man. This is the battle of the underground of underground right here.
That's right. That's right.
I've been waiting on this. I was trying to see how this was going to turn out. I saw that matchup and was like, this is going to be interesting. I can't deny it. So, All G's React has King ISO against Team Box Cutters Styles P.
Yes. Hip hop, baby. Hip hop.
No. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Hey, Team Box Cutter is 6-1. I felt that pertinent information to everybody watching this head to head. So I'm ready for the 7.
Let me see. Let me think about that. We're not in any danger at all because I mean the back draft, man. I mean this back lineup. I feel like it's about to be just win after win after win after win after win coming up. All right. So, and I have a special announcement to make after this head to head. So I don't want to spend too much time. All right.
All right, let's do this. Don't forget, every time you hear this sound, that basically means points. Remember that and listen for them as we do this head to head.
Oh. That gritty. Looking in the mirror, just telling myself to pray more. Gotta take a cast for the sins you got me out of state. Got to wait, but the chin ain't around. The king of the dead man. Ready to get him crowned. We just trying to talk sense to you. Shit, it's your homie, but I bet he gon' pay the rent.
All right. I gotta stop it.
Okay, what you got?
All right, the king of the dead man, but do we really give him the crown? That right there. I don't know if y'all really know what he's talking about, but he's talking about when people in his life get killed, but we want to say that they are like, you know, they were the boss or they was like the king of moving bricks or, you know what I'm saying? We always want to try to give them some type of label, and he's like, but they dead. So do we really give them a crown? Because a crown is for a living person. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, I had to stop. I'm sorry, I had to stop it right there. That was just kind of hard to me. That was hard.
Yo, that was crazy. Well, let's since you stopped it, I'm gonna go ahead and just take a quick jab. He's hitting all the flows. You guys know what I'm talking about when I say different parts of the beats already. It's kind of simple, but what you don't get is the free what do you call that? Free time, right? So in music, there's, you know, eighth notes, quarter notes, all these divide the beat up. But rappers like this are so good at going in between those notes. It's like they're flowing like water over the beat, right?
Yeah.
You can't chop it up. It's not da 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 da. It's you know, he's catching it in between each one of them. He's great at that. He's getting points every time he does that. Plus, you know, what he's talking about is crazy when he's comparing the smoking to elevation. Yeah. And he's talking both spiritually and, you know, literally. And so every time he does that, I'm sure he's getting points from you.
Yeah. He's touching on a lot of things here. That's really metaphorical. Is what you got to kind of listen for. You might think he's talking about just smoking, but then he talks about how, you know, he lets loose when he smokes. Like basically he's broken free, and that's what it means by like his soul travels to earth. You know what I'm saying? Like he sees a lot of things. So yes, man. All right.
Outstanding.
You ready?
Yeah.
I had to stop it again.
Go ahead.
He's saying that. He said he's in the jungle But ironically, it's in a place where people pull out and spray and kill, but turn right back around and pray for a better day. Like basically not really thinking about their own actions that could bring about a better day. I just want to say that real fast, okay?
Good. That video, that griminess, look where it stopped. The smoke pouring out the left side every couple seconds. The purposeful grit that's put on there, the grain that's put on there. Look at the color filters that are being used, like soft yellows and red. Like it's so deep, dark, and gutter on purpose. It is telling a story by itself, just in the way that they're doing the cinematography. That camera work, man, crazy.
All right, man, you ready?
Yep. Oh.
Looking for
Oh man.
Oh man. Nice, simple, easy, freestyle feel to it.
Yeah.
Definitely talking about that culture. Some of the pitfalls.
So having morals. Having a code.
Yeah. and really the skill, the musicality. Let's talk about that beat. That beat has a whole lot of syncopation in it. Extra dope, but it doesn't change up much. So it's like, you know, after that bass hits you and the fact that the beat is just dope, you're looking for the other things to start adding points.
Right.
It's just not much, except for a lot of syncopation and the changes that they do to the hook when they add in that synthesizer pad, that deep dark. I love it. I love the feel of it, but don't go too much farther than that for musicality.
All right. Well, the bars is definitely there. Betrayal, talking about greed. That's kind of what most of the second verse was about how, you know, when someone starts coming up, they'll turn on their brother, you know what I'm saying, leave them behind. But it used to be where you would give them your last dime, you know what I'm saying? You would split, you know, you would look out for them, you know what I'm saying? So the cultural content, man, we know it's there. It's Styles P. We know that's there. We know he coming with it. He's coming with it.
He's coming with it. He's coming with it. I gotta listen to it again to get more marks on it, because I was trying to find that those points of the rhymes, the skill and musicality, and it's just so hard because every single bar seems like it starts in a little different fluid space.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, you couldn't write this down. A musician trying to write this in music terms, it'd be almost impossible to write that down. You just have to put what they call jazz marks on there. Like, yo, just say these words the best way you can over this beat. Anyway, there it is. That's yo. Let's see what King ISO has to say.
King ISO. I took control of that one. I'm gonna let you take control of this one.
Oh, all right. About to do it now. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes you gotta talk to the ones who ain't here. Someone talk phone. Radio's colors, cinematography. Oh yeah.
Yo, I gotta stop it. Wait a minute. Let's just talk about musicality for a second. This is the difference between that old school boom bap and the new kids, man.
Yeah.
Not that he's a kid, but we're a minute in, and I'm literally just marking down every time there's another layer added to the music. No beat is a minute and 7 seconds gone by, the melody's already being sung. That's a point. But then it starts out with just a light electric piano. Then it adds some choir in the background. Then it adds a heavier piano playing a different note that's harmony as well as polyphonic rhythms. And we're talking about, and polyphony, and we're talking about you hear me? The beat ain't even started yet, and we're at a part where he's now adding in his oohs and ahs in the background, adding yet another layer.
Yeah, and he's actually dipping in and out of the singing too, because he'll like, it's a part of me, and then he goes into the kind of like the spoken rap, like he's talking but it's spoken, and then he ends it with more melody. You know what I'm saying? He is, like you said, melody. We only a minute and 7 in.
We're a minute and 7 in. I would say we're already a minute and 7 in, and there's no beat yet. And he's got five layers of music that just happened every other bar. Can you imagine when the beat kick in?
Man.
All right, let's do this. Whoa. Whoa.
Edicious. Alright, that's the name of the song, but it's really Suicide Backwards. So this is talking about it's talking about coming back from something, okay? Oh my goodness, man. That flow switch was like 7, 8 times within that small period. Which is crazy to me. Which is just bonkers how he did that.
Yo, so the flow switches happened not as many times. I don't think the way he's spitting it doesn't really change. It happened to me about 3 times. The actual switch of the flow, but I might be wrong. I might have to listen to it again. It's like he got on a pattern and just stayed on that for a long time. So the amount of points he got, maybe I think the flow actually switched about 3 times as far as where the rhyme landed on the beat. But that fast part, of course, he started having those secondary rhymes and a little more triplets, and that kind of added up some points. But is this the only verse? I can't remember. We gotta hear this, man. The musicality off the charts already. Video
off the charts, man.
Already off the charts. Just well done. All that same color distortion, the filters, color filters, utilizing the shiny setting where he's being hounded by all the fans and pretending, and then against the gritty, what you're looking at right now, dark scene of him by himself in his bedroom. Another story being told through cinematography. Outstanding.
Story being told through that of how it feels, how you may think that someone's out and about or being out, you know what I'm saying? And you think that they have everything, or you think that's a great moment, but on the inside, you know, there's something they want to kill inside of themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So,
yeah,
he's definitely getting it in. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
There you go.
Completely different person now.
Yep.
Stepping out this door. Woo! Strain!
I went ahead and cut it. I knew it was coming. I went ahead and cut it out.
Hey! Oh, man. So, man, I gotta tell you, there's a part in there, I didn't catch it this time, but in the research I caught it, where he says, like Van Gogh, I already lost the air for this, so I'm gonna keep going, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody know what he's talking about. Number one, let's look at the importance of that statement. He's losing blood, bleeding for this art, right? That's the image that he's putting forward right now.
Right.
Is losing blood, spilling blood for this art. That means emotionally, obviously, what he's talking about. All these give blood, sweat, and tears that come together, right? But it's referring to a story about Van Gogh when he had a artist that came and like studied with him and lived with him, and they were like they were frenemies, right?
Yeah.
It's just how artists are. Like this guy is always they were just always at each other, but came together for the work of art. He grabbed a straight razor, right? Followed his friend out after an argument, about to kill him. But instead, he couldn't find him. Instead, he came back in and sliced his own ear off. That is an idea of, as an artist, we keep so much passion inside. We have so much of this. It doesn't have to be light or dark, but it's just passion.
Right.
And when we're not painting, when we're not making beats, and when we're not rapping, we're not writing, this stuff is what is the type of stuff that'll make you kill yourself or act out physically by rapping, by painting, or if you don't have that, you will cut your own ear off and bleed again for the art.
Yeah.
And it goes to show the depth of Van Gogh's passion and his artistry. Of course, he got sent to an insane asylum after that, because no one else can understand that. But your boy is talking in both senses. He's saying he can also, not only can he understand that level of passion where you continuously hurt yourself for this art, but he's also talking about the work and the after that, the bleeding for your art. I've already done this, so I'm at this level now.
Right.
Is the second part of that. So just come on, man. Come on. Just a mention of that alone lets you know that he's studying. He's studying.
And he also mentioned King Lear, which is talking about, which goes on with what you're saying. He's also talking about the art itself, because that's by that King Lear is by William Shakespeare. So he's talking about that as well. That comes before that actual part. So he's talking about the art in general, and like you said, bleeding for the art. And as sometimes the art allows you to express yourself to where you don't hurt yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Back and forth that they go.
Yeah, it feels like this song, just like the Van Gogh reference, the Shakespeare reference, this feels like this song is more for artists, for the artist, right? A lot of this underground is like that too. Like, that's the difference between being able to make a song that the entire culture can wrap itself around, and a lot of times artists can speak to artists. You'll find your favorite rappers listen to this, or the guy who's trying to become a rapper, or the guy who's trying to make beat, they listen to King ISO, and your average everyday person in the culture would struggle to know who he is.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like I always say about some people's verses, that we give them a lot of credit for what they say, but what they're speaking of actually hits like within side of, you know, the artist of rapper. So while what he's saying is more targeted to those who are actually doing, you know what I mean? Like that's doing the art themselves. So yeah, but like you said, the upcoming rapper may be inspired. So I do give it some significance in that category, essentially because without that type of expression, explanation in these type of songs, we dwindle down our numbers of those who carry the culture forward. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Those upcoming guys. So these songs are very important. I mean, I say that a lot for some songs. I'll be like, you know, man, that song, people be like, man, that's the best verse ever. And then I'll be like, well, but I don't do music. While I think the verse is good, I don't do music, but I get it. You know what I mean? This is for those people that's going to actually do this music, that's going to keep pushing this culture forward after I'm gone, you know, after this artist who did the verse is gone. You know what I mean? That's why it's important for the culture. But
Man, that was outstanding.
That's a great song.
That's a great song. That beat is stupid. The whole song form, you hear me talk about all the time.
Yeah.
Crazy. Oh man, song done. So I'm conflicted about cultural content between him and P. I feel like P had a lot to say about the culture, but then how do we rate if you're just talking about artistry and other artists? That's also part of the culture.
It is very. To be honest with you, P spoke in some metaphors. While, of course, what is up with these songs being similar but different? You know what I mean? P spoke in metaphors, and ISO spoke in metaphors on different levels. One, P's had a lot of street level, while not really talking about music itself. He was talking about moral coding. You know what I'm saying? Watching out for your brother and things like that. If you're not about a moral code, I can't be around you. Smoking to elevate himself, elevate his mind. You know what I'm saying? Like those things.
Yep.
Very important to our culture because they're deeply rooted and deeply a part of our culture. And at the same time, you have ISO over here talking about the pain within creating the art. You know what I'm saying? The struggles. All the different stuff that's part of this is crazy to me. Like, now that I'm thinking about it with the head to head, that's why I love these. This is bananas.
Gotta love those head to heads.
This is bananas, man. This is gonna be a tough one, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. This is probably going to be one of the closest ones that we had. Before I close out, because I don't really have much to say, there's a special announcement for those of you all who do come over here. Chris Calico has been replaced on our list against Andre 3000. It was expressed to me by the subscribers that we shall go with Royce the 5'9". So.
Damn.
So we are moving.
Ooh.
That special announcement for you guys who come watch these. Oh, thank you for the support for the head-to-head, supporting both channels. To let you know what's coming up, a little sneak peek for the next battle. And I want to kind of surprise Bruce a little bit with it, you know what I'm saying? Royce the 5'9" will face off against Andre 3000. So
that's gonna be sick. Oh man, Team Box Cutter, are we ready for that? And once you do that, I mean, we can't sub somebody, can we? Maybe
you
we can. I don't know. How does that work?
I mean, if you really want to go with it, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's 3 stacks. Big Boy came out on top. You sure 3 stacks ain't gonna come out on top? You know what I'm saying?
No, man, we can't. All I know is Royce been coming out with hella stuff on his own for like 3 years now, just killing everything and everybody's beat. This is gonna be a good one. I'm not scared. I mean, it's Andre. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm ready. Great announcement. Wow.
Alright, so y'all remember, check out Team Box Cutter for all the basement debates and for the fire beats. Always go there. Alright. Hit that.
Always.
Hit the like button on the videos. Hit that subscribe button. Alright. And then when you know what you get with your boy at All G's. Alright. You get the reactions, man. And we react to music, man. We react to video games. We react to anime. We got a mixture of it all over there. You know what I'm saying?
All G's react, people. That's how I found them.
So head on over. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, we both have Patreons as well. If you want to see the uncut version of these head-to-heads, Team Box Cutter got them for you. You want to see all my block reactions, because you know YouTube be blocking your boy. You know what I'm saying? They be keeping it down, keeping all them videos down. Every time. You want to see the block reactions, which is a lot of them, head over to All G's React on Patreon. All right,
Oh yeah, Sue Surf versus Geechee Gotti. We got the full HD on my Patreon, Team Box Cutter Patreon.
Full thing.
So
I go to Team Box Cutter
thing.
for my battle news. Y'all need to do it too. Okay.
There it is.
All right. Well, I'm Nixon.
Peace.
You